I recently shared with you my favorite iced tea recipe, showing you some epic variations that could easily be mistaken for a cocktail. Today we're going to take that, flip it on its head, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite iced tea style drinks that this time do contain alcohol. If you don't want to add alcohol, that's completely fine. They're delicious without alcohol. And the last two drinks in particular are really visually striking, very unique, and nothing like we've shown on the channel before, so make sure you stay tuned for those. You can easily scale these drinks up to make a big old jug for you and your friends. You can adapt the flavor profile from being summery, like these ones, to being wintry with a simple tweak to the recipe, and that is why I love this particular template. So stay tuned, we've got some delicious drinks coming, and let's make some boozy iced teas. Okay, boozy iced tea. The thing I love about this template is you can take it anywhere you want to. You can use different spirits, different liqueurs, different teas or infusions or tisanes, different forms of acidity, different forms of sweetness, and pretty much hit any flavor profile that you're looking for. So to show you that template, which I'm going to use throughout the video, I'll make a peach iced tea or a boozy peach iced tea. Peach with iced tea is fantastic. It works really nicely with black tea, and this is just the foundation that we'll build upon through the video. So just like before, the first thing we need to do is brew our tea. And to do this, it wants to be nice and strong. So I go in with 3 grams of loose tea, in this case, black English breakfast tea, and then just top that up with 100 grams of water that's appropriate in temperature for the tea you're brewing. So a green tea, for example, will use a lower brew temperature than a black tea. I'm going with pretty much boiling water here because I really want to push through that really nice black tea punch, but just choose the water which is appropriate to the tea. If you're using bags, that's totally fine. Just make sure they're really good quality. Now that's mixed together, just give it a little agitation every now and then to really push through that flavor, because we want plenty of tea flavor in the final drink, and you can leave that to one side. So for our peach iced tea, I'm going to be shaking this to give it that really nice foamy texture. But you can also build these in the glass, add lots of ice, lengthen it with something sparkling, which we'll do later, and get really different textures, but really great results. And also, you can introduce different flavors to this, add some fruit at the start, maybe some herbs. Lots of things can work here, but we're going to keep it fairly simple here. So in we're going to go with up to 40 mils of a spirit and or liqueur. I tend to go either 40 mils of a spirit at around 40% ABV, or 30 mils of spirit and 10 mils of liqueur. So I'm going with brandy here, and I like to add a little bit of orange here in the form of orange liqueur. So 30 mils of brandy, 10 mils of orange liqueur of your choice. Orange, peach and brandy, all very complementary, and we need some acidity to balance out what we're going to add in a second, which is going to be our sweetness. So I'm going with lemon juice, but you can use anything around about a 6% acidity. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you can watch this video all about acid adjustment. But fundamentally, lemon juice and lime juice both sit around about 6%, and you want to add 25 mils of this freshly squeezed. In that video, I talk about how you can acid adjust things that aren't quite as acidic as lemons or limes, using things like citric acid or malic acid or any powdered acids, adjusting it to get it to the same level of acidity. And you can add all manner of flavors here by adjusting things like juices, like pineapple juice, pomegranate juice, cherry juice, whatever you want to do. It's very flexible, so make sure you watch that video after this one. So in with 25 mils of our lemon juice this time. For our sweetener, you want to go around 20 mils of anything equivalent to a 2-to-1 syrup, which all Monin syrups are. And I'm going with this peach syrup here. But because we've got a little bit of sweetness from our orange liqueur, I'm going to go just shy of 20 mils because I don't want to add too much sweetness and unbalance the drink. So I'd say that's 17.5 mils, but just consider the syrup that you're adding and then the liqueur and how they tie together to make sure you get a balance that you're happy with in the end drink. We're going to add in our tea, which has been brewing nicely for a few minutes here. Again, giving a little swirl to encourage those flavors out. And then just to remind you of this template, we've got up to 40 mils of spirit and or liqueur. We're going to go 25 mils of our acidity, either lemon juice or lime juice or an acid adjusted juice to 6%. We're going to go up to 20 mils of our sweetener. I'm going with the Monin syrup here. And then in with the tea, brewed with 3 grams of tea to 100 grams of water. Now we're going to give this a really good shake up with lots of ice. Fine strain it into a frozen glass with a big block of ice in there. And garnish with charred peach, which just ties all those flavors together to finish off our delicious boozy peach iced tea. So the boozy peach iced tea, just the starting point. It's foamy, tea forward, got enough booze coming through with the orange and peachy flavors as well. A little bit of the brandy, whatever garnish you choose, make sure it complements the drink, and that is a fantastic basis to build upon. But it's not the end. There's lots of variations you can work with here. One of my personal favorites, going back to the last episode, is to take our Earl Grey iced tea with 3 grams of Earl Grey tea to 100 grams of boiling water. This time add 40 mils of good quality gin, along with 25 mils of lemon juice and 20 mils of Monin cane sugar syrup. Shake this up really hard, serve it over ice with an orange zest, and it's just a really elegant addition to the Earl Grey, complementing it with that delicious gin. Something completely different is going to be a jasmine iced tea highball style drink, this time with a jasmine green tea base. Build this one in the glass, add 40 mils of Japanese whiskey, 5 mils of acid booster this time, which I'll link in a video above what this is, but you can also use 25 mils of lemon juice here, 20 mils of Monin cherry blossom syrup to complement those jasmine flavors, and then top this with sparkling water, garnishing with the cherry and some cherry blossom, linking all those delicious flavors together to make an elegant, floral, and very complex jasmine forward highball. Finally for today, you can make a lower ABV drink called a Hibiscus Spritz iced tea. Incredibly striking looking drink with a hibiscus tea base. To get to our desired acidity, I go with 4.3 grams of acid booster to 20.7 grams of orange juice, which gets it to that 6% level. Gonna go 15 mils of Monin blood orange syrup here, because we've already got a little bit of sweetness from the fresh orange juice, so you can bring that 20 ml just down slightly. Give that a little mix together. Top it with sparkling wine as our alcoholic element, and then garnish with an orange slice in a wine glass. Super refreshing, really vivid and vibrant, and just a delicious, summery, low ABV drink. So this really is just the tip of the iceberg, and I hope it inspires you to start thinking about iced tea in a slightly different way. Within different teas and tisanes, different spirits, different liqueurs, different forms of acidity, and different forms of sweetener, there are a world of possibilities and flavors you can find. So I really hope you experiment with this and have some fun, because this is a really fun category to me. If you want to experiment with the huge spectrum of flavors within the Monin range, I'll put the website in the description below. Big thanks to Monin for sponsoring this video. I'll put some more iced tea content for you to watch here. If you've enjoyed this, which I really hope you have, you can click here to subscribe to the channel. Helps you guys see more videos like this, helps me reach more people to share my excitement for iced teas, coffee and cocktails, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. So thanks for watching, thanks to Monin for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy your iced teas. Cheers.